Good evening. Happy Friday, everyone. Hope you're doing well. Hope you had a good week. Tweak one thing. Can you guys hear me pretty clearly, I hope? I changed my one of my setups for my microphone. Just want to make sure everything sounds good. Hey, Mark, what's going on, man? Welcome to the show. Thanks for coming in. There he is. SM Postcards. Mark from Chicago. Yes, says Gio. Thank you very much. What's going on, Enzo? How you doing? Thank you very much for confirming. I just wanted to make sure it sounded right because I changed a little something with the sound system. So glad to hear it's working as hoped. What's up, Jem? You too. Happy Friday to you. Welcome to the show. Again, one of the funniest names I've ever seen. One of the most witty, I should say. Not really funny, witty. Not so fast vintage. Happy Friday. Welcome to you. Great to see you. Loud and clear. Cool. Thank you. Hi, Eve. How you doing? What's going on, everybody? Welcome, CJ. Thanks for coming in. Hi, Harry. How you doing? Harry Humstone here to check out your live. Well, great to have you, Harry. Thanks for coming in. Hope you enjoy. We're going to do some listing in a bit after I mute these messages. Sorry about that. Good to see you too, Ralph. Welcome to the show. Hi, Lisa. How you doing? Welcome. Great to see you as well. And there he is, Greg, Blue Feather Ephemera. How you doing? Welcome to the show. Friday night. Rock and roll Friday night, as we used to say on my Beatles show we used to do. Long before the Jiminy Flip It show, I was doing these StreamYard things. Not long before, maybe for a year or two. We were doing a Beatle broadcasts, like for my band. We'd have the four of us on. I would facilitate it, so I got really used to StreamYard pretty quickly. And we used to always open the shows with Rock and Roll Friday night. But anyway, enough of that malarkey. You guys are here for some eBay stuff. Hope you're doing well. Hope you had a good week, like I opened up with. We still have what? 9 days left of summer, so I know everybody likes to think it's the middle of fall, but it's not. It's still summer, actually. And it feels like it here. Let me just tell you, mid-80s, close to 90 last couple of days, but chilly in the morning. So definitely fall is on its way, but let's not rush things. We still have some time, another week plus. And then hopefully everything will get back into the swing of things. I know Greg did a nice video, Blue Feather Ephemera, with some sales numbers that he was kind enough to post for exclusively for print ads, right? And he had a nice week. So it looks like things are finally turning around. Let's hope so. Beatles right up your alley. Yeah, man. That's my bread and butter. I play with Beatlemania. Hello, Kevin. How you doing? Welcome to the show. And here I is. Welcome, Dawn. Great to have you. Going to need your expertise in a couple of minutes regarding a brand of cat, a breed of cat that I have a question about. But great to have you as always. I'm buying my wife a new golden snow shovel. There you go. Yep, it'll be good. Maybe it'll be put to good use. We'll see. Time will tell. I'll also let you know, Mark, if we're going back out to Chicago, we might be going back to that city winery this year. But we'll see. Not certain yet. Not certain of dates. I'm hoping it's not in January, no offense, because it was just too dang cold. Maybe we can go in the spring. That would be a lot better. Touring the Midwest in January was not a fun thing to do. All right, guys, but yeah, we are going to do some listing. I don't have a ton of ads tonight. I listed, I scanned, how many are there? There's only 12 ads tonight, so I figured we could, we'll sprinkle them in amongst some chat and anything else you guys want to talk about. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it is 12. Okay, I just want to make sure I had my count correct. 12 ads. We're going to be doing a Saturday Evening Post where we've been switching up the magazine tonight instead of the usual Life. A Saturday Evening Post from November of '61. So some nice stuff, though. If you're wondering when my eyes are going back and forth, I'm looking at some of the ads I scanned, and good stuff. We'll get into that in short order. Yeah, 85 there. No, that's too hot. No, 85 is fine. If the humidity isn't bad, that's not terrible outdoor playing weather. But 0 was brutal. There was a video on linking social media to eBay. Do? Didn't Mark do a video to that effect, Enzo? I tried it and I got some kind of weird error message. But do check out Mark's video. Yeah, he has a cool video about how to link Instagram, Facebook. What else was it, Mark? And feel free to put the link in there if you'd like, Mark, too. But yeah, he just did a video a couple of days ago. I checked it out. When you say ads, do you take them out of magazines? Indeed, I do, Harry. Yes. And I have a whole video series all about vintage print ads. I think it's 7 or 8 videos, something like that. If Dawn would be kind enough maybe to put that link in for the umpteenth million time. But it's a valid question, Harry. It's just everybody pretty much asks the same questions, and it gets, you get to know the answer before I even finish reading. But yeah, the ads are right out of magazines. Although I must say, if I was to find ads in some other source, like newspapers, for instance, have ads, I'd have no issue at all with listing those as well. But you could check out the video. Thank you, Dawn. Dawn put a link in there. Harry, if you're interested, check it out after the live show. It's kind of a soup to nuts video series all about vintage print ads, and at least my techniques that I use. But you'll see it live in action, and in a matter of minutes, we'll get into these. But yeah, for 99.99% of them are indeed magazine ads. Yes. Geo's Treasure says he got the Pancake Lady removed as an eBay violation. Just found out you can't list it. The pancake. Oh, Aunt Jemima. Yeah, you could say Aunt Jemima. That's not illegal yet, I don't think, on YouTube. But yeah, that was I guess about 2 years ago at this point. I had a bunch of them too, and they got the kibosh. You can't list those anymore. Just for future reference, the other one. What are some of the other ones, guys? I think Uncle Ben's is frowned upon now. I don't know if you can't list it. And I've also seen there's still some Aunt Jemima ads out there, but it's probably just a matter of time until, the robot or whatever it is goes in and takes those all out. But just it is what it is. It's all cool. You're sub. Watch your channel. I'm sure there is a fun. Yeah, thank you very much, Harry. But it's pretty cool. Dawn, who's a great friend of the show for a long time, from the onset, actually. She was kind enough. She threw a link in there. So if you want to just kind of save that and check it out after the live show, have at it. Yeah, there's the social media to eBay link from Mark. Mark did a video, and Dawn just repeated it, but that's cool. Yep. Yeah, there it is. Thanks. Geo. Hi, Harry. Have they really, Mark? You've been noticing that too, going in and pulling down stuff? I'm sure they do a sweep here and there. Their systems do a sweep based on a set of parameters and look for things like that that are unsavory or whatever, and they don't want listed on the platform. So, yeah, just be careful with all that stuff. We've discussed these things on and off in the last couple of years, but it's just, again, I guess it is a valid reminder. That's the one I could think of offhand without question. Excuse me, is the Aunt Jemima. I think Uncle Ben's was also caught up in that. If anybody has any other ones that they can think of, please leave a comment below. That's the first two that come to mind. I'm sorry, I was talking over Jim's comment. Black Americana, postcards are an honor. There you go. Yep. Uh-oh. See, now that's just not right. Do I ever buy bulk lots of full-page ads already cut in magazine? If so, what's a fair price? It's a good question. I haven't, Ralph, primarily because I have so many magazines that I really don't need to go out and get my own pre-cut. I could see the attraction to doing that. As a matter of fact, interesting and timely question, Ralph, because I was thinking of potentially, I was doing Whatnot a couple of years ago when not when it first came out, but when I got first approved, which was, 2 years ago in May. I'm thinking about potentially going up and putting some ads up, just as you described, pre-cut, all that kind of stuff on Whatnot. Potentially, we'll see. I just have so many. I have no problem now that there's a lot more people doing print ads. I'd be more than happy to spread the wealth with some of this stuff, because it's taking away a little bit from another store that I work on a lot, which is kind of good old-fashioned clothing again. But that clothing store has just been doing far better for me money-wise than the ephemera stuff has, at least the last few months. And I've been devoting a lot of time to doing that. So with that said, I'm going to have a lot of overage, a lot of overstock in print ads and paper and stuff like that. So I'm thinking about potentially doing an auction or something for those very items. Oh yeah, sure. The Confederate flag you can't put up. Right. There's a few, but thanks for that. Just had to do a nudes in item description. Good to go. As opposed to what? What would you put before? Did you put boobies? Like, did you actually put the word? Kids as a subject. I put googly eyes over the boobies. That's funny. Hey, Jeff, how you doing? Welcome to the show, sir. Hope you're doing well. What's up, Cameron? Welcome to the show, man. Cameron out on the West Coast. Wonder what Cameron, what are you doing right now, Cameron? What are you doing? You just hanging out, enjoying the show? You're listening? You're relaxing? Great to see you, man. Yeah, Cuban, great one. Yes. Yep, Cuban cigars. I think if you even write the word Cuba or Cuban, That could be flagged as well. Good ones, good ones. The Buby. Oh, Dawn, you silly girl. Yeah, there you go. Look at Mark just rolling them out. Although, if it's pre-1932, I want to say, it's actually allowed until the Nazis grabbed that thing and changed its meaning. My understanding is I think pre-32 you could still list something. Like if it's from 1905 and it has a swastika on it, I'm pretty sure you can list it because there's no Nazi connection yet. You're taking a walk, still at work until 5 p.m. Oh, cool. Okay, no problem. Enjoy your walk, man. That's good for you. It's good for the soul. It's good for the heart. Vintage Kaja, there he is. What's going on, man? Good to see you. It's been a while. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for coming into the show. You stay so far away from any rule, I will never fall into a takedown. Yeah, I think that's good advice. Seriously, just stay away from any of that stuff. Again, there's just so many other things that we can list safely and without, fear of any kind of repercussions. So just, if you have a question about it, honestly, I would just probably stay away. Unless it's $1 million ad or $1 million postcard, I would just kind of stay away and avoid any potential issues. Lee's got a Sambo's restaurant pulled up Etsy. I don't know what Sambo's restaurant is. Apologies. Is there any reason that a Sambo's restaurant would be pulled off? Might be allowed. You talk about the swastika. Probably true. Probably true. And again, is it really worth the hassle? I say no. There's just so many other choices out there, right? Exactly. Yeah, it was original. I mean, I don't know or anybody can Google it and look it up, but my understanding it was once a religious symbol or something. Yeah, like a good luck thing, but the Nazis hijacked it for nefarious means. So, unfortunately, that's just what it is, and you need to stay away. I think it's good advice, as Mark said. Just steer clear of all that stuff, and then you don't have anything to worry about. But definitely valid. I'm glad it was brought up again. Sometimes it's like, here we go again. But honestly, it is a good idea to just refresh ourselves on all those naughty items and try to avoid them and stay away. Crunching leaves under your shoes. Good for you, man. We're not in fall over here yet, man. It was in the 80s, mid 80s still. I'm sure. I mean, it's been cool in the evenings. Excuse me. Oh, I'm sleepy. It's been cooler in the evenings the last week or two, but it's still pretty dang hot and sunny. Hey, Miranda, how you doing? The Germans turned the swastika symbol into the opposite direction. Oh, is that right? Okay. So they twisted. But great to see you, Hajin. Send the band one to Kevin. Doing great. Yes, Greg is here as well. Greg and I were talking about you. I don't know if your ears were ringing. Just in passing, I wonder how you're doing. So great to see you, man. Remember the restaurant Sambo's? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So why is there an issue with Sambo's? It's just a restaurant chain? I mean, out west mainly. Yeah, maybe that's probably why I'm not familiar with them. If somebody could please explain what the meaning or what the reason is. Exactly. Great point. There you go. There's the snapshot right there. The rules keep changing. Exactly. And you want to be up to date with that stuff. Just like trends and pricing and things that are popular, things that aren't in general. It's good to keep up on all this stuff. If it comes to eBay or any other platform you choose to sell on, make sure you're abiding by the rules because it's true. They do change like the wind. I agree. The direction is one way to distinguish the Nazi from the original religious symbol of the United States. They did hijack it, exactly. Sure. Very good. Sambo was a book about a little black boy. Okay. And they made a restaurant out of it? See, now I got to look up Sambo's. Sambo's restaurant. Da-da-da-da-da. Educating myself on Sambos. It's a place I never heard of, so didn't know any history behind it. Okay. Good stuff. Well, thanks for that, because I have never come across a Sambos ad, but now I know. What's up, Steve? How you doing? Sambo is a racist stereotype. Very good. Welcome to the show, Steve. Valid point, man. Valid point. A battle you do not, yeah, you want no part of that battle. Exactly. Just stay away. Just stay away. Anybody have any other ones? I appreciate the Sambo thing. I never would have known that. But again, I find it strange if it was a fairly popular thing. I've never come across an ad for that place. But yes, welcome to the show, Steve. Great to have you. And thanks for the input. Sambos also used a tiger and a boy from India, you believe, as a mascot. Almost like Jungle Book kind of thing. Good stuff, Kevin. So I guess there's Sambo's postcards as well. I would imagine there are. A lot of parallels between the print ad stuff and the postcard thing. One of the things that attracted me to them. You see Sambo's menus, glasses, etc. Cool. You had the postcard with a guy climbing a coconut tree, tree looked like he had blackface taken down. Gotcha. Yep. Again, I mean, if you haven't done so, meaning anyone out there that dabbles in eBay reselling, you might want to take a look and make sure you don't have any of this stuff, and maybe proactively go ahead and just delete it before the eBay police come in and take it down anyway, and you get the slap on the hand and all that good stuff. Just avoid grief when at all possible. That's my mantra in general in life. Avoid grief. Yeah, great point, Steve. And I shy away from that stuff too. I mean, it's funny because you use the word caricatures, and that's kind of a key thing, because you'll find many World War II stuff with Hirohito and Hitler, of course, and what's his name? The Italian guy. And in almost all the ads, like they don't, not almost all, but a lot of them, they have the funny caricatures. That's a word I struggle with. Caricatures. But they're kind of cartoonish and goofy. And many of the Hitler ones, thankfully, don't have a swastika on it. So, I mean, again, I just choose to, Mussolini, that's the Italian guy. I just try to stay away from that stuff if at all possible. If it's going to cause any grief, shy away. There's, again, tons of really good World War II ads. That's my wheelhouse, man. That's the stuff I love the best when it comes to print ads, is World War II. True, sure. Have I ever sold on Amazon? Why not? I opened a seller account maybe 5-6 years ago. Anybody who does Amazon has heard the dreaded term of being gated. You have to be ungated in certain categories, one of which was I was trying to do music originally, like vinyl and 78s and stuff, and you had to get ungated. It was a very lengthy, confusing process to me, so I kind of bailed relatively quickly. But that's really the only reason, was the gating thing drove me bonkers. But I don't know how well, maybe Kevin or Mark can speak to this. I don't know if you guys ever tried to sell postcards. I don't even know if there's a postcard. If it's an option to sell postcards on Amazon, that's how naive I am with Amazon. I buy stuff on Amazon, that's for sure. I buy a lot of stuff on Amazon. But no, I never really got back into it. Maybe if I had things that would sell better on Amazon, I would move in that direction. I don't sell toys or anything like that, so nope. Don't really have any experience with it other than that initial attempt to get in with the records. The items up right now, not worth the chance. Yeah, good idea to take a look, Kevin. Steve Boy, don't list that. You did a video on atomic bomb postcards. You thought you might get something from YouTube from it, but so far it's okay. Cool. War comics from 60s, 70s have a lot of disdain for Germany, Russia, and Japan. Yeah. There was a used section on Amazon. You don't know anyone that well with that. Okay. Very good, Hygiene. Groovy. Yeah. Probably a lot of nice ads in there. Check it out. You can sell postcards on Amazon in the US, as far as I know. Not here, though. We did some FBA in 2019 to last long. The cost of them. Is that right? The cost was really intense. What's up, Steven? How you doing? Great to see you. Happy Friday. Thanks for coming in. Those ones should have nice ads. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, Dawn, you have a decent selection. Am I incorrect in saying that of National Geographics? Don't you have a bunch of those? Dinner was good. Doing shakes for dinner now. Protein shakes. Hey, Stephen, how's the bonbons, plural? What are the native Canadians called up there? As we all eagerly await the response from Dawn. You say you have an accent, but you said Russia. Russia? Greg, you have an. We all have an accent. I'm going to leave it at that. Everybody has an accent. Still full, says Steven, except Steven. Steven has no. I'm like it. Speaking of which, never fear, number 2 is here. What is going on, Carl? Great to have you, man. Happy Friday. First Nations, Metis, and Inuit. I thought that was going to say, what's the, isn't it Intuit? What's the, my goodness. What's the website that they handle all of the, well, they used to do the, Intuit, right? Was the website that does like the tax programs and stuff like that. Steve says, not me, you're from California. No baby bottom postcards allowed on eBay. Really? Get out. Like the suntan lotion commercials, advertising, things like that. They were a dime a dozen. Like is it Tropicana? What about suntan? Classic thing with the dog like pulling the baby's thing down. Indigenous is an acceptable, all-encompassing term. Yeah, Intuit, QuickBooks. Yeah. That's what I read. I was like, Intuit. Thank you. Yep, number 2 is here. As he said, no fear. This is pronounced like Métis. Métis. Okay. All right, Métis. Harry. Carl is, in fact, the number 2, Harry, in case you didn't know. He's the number 2 Canadian. Dawn, obviously, being number 1, Queen of Canada, affectionately termed as Queen of Canada. And Carl is number 2. Postcard guy, cherubs, etc. Put some clothes on the postcards. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, what's up with that? Well, he said one of his favorite. Dinner calls. All right, very well. Enjoy your dinner. Thanks for coming in, Lise. Hope you have a wonderful weekend. Yeah, check the replay. I promise you, we're gonna listen at some point. Is Dawn Canadian? The T has the emphasis. Métis. In every possible way, Harry. Oh, she's on many lists, Harry. She's on many lists. Yeah, no, what's going on with that? Trying to corrupt English language. All right, Métis, half French, half natives. Yes, Stephen, says the Queen of Canada. Man, you guys are going to be bored with these ads. We don't have anything juicy like all this stuff we've been talking about. Uh-oh. Did you guys hear that dreaded womp womp sound on eBay? I know it says delivered, but where? Somebody wrote me today about an ad, sarcastically just said, are you going to mail this or something like that? Did you mail this yet or what? It was a print ad that was sent on Monday and shows is delivered today. So I gave him the good news. It was supposed to be delivered tomorrow. And I said, looks like it was already delivered. Hope you enjoy your ad. Here's a screenshot, blah, blah, blah. And now what do I get? We obviously got a Weisenheimer here. If I could read. I know it says delivered, but where do they deliver it to? Because it's not at my home. Oh, well. Not my monkey, not my circus, as Mrs. Flippert would say. Open an item not received. Then we populate it with the tracking that says it was delivered. Game, set, match. We win. The good guys win. Dawn, you are an honorary Canadian. You've been since 94. Me too, Carl. Especially, and I just know, you get that little feeling in the pit of your stomach, that wobbly sound. I don't know how to describe it any other way other than the ching. It usually means something like this. So, unfortunately, it was going back and forth with somebody. Exactly. Absolutely, Jim. Yeah, I'm not the slightest bit worried. Like I said, open up an item not received case. First of all, it says it was just delivered today. But anyway, yeah, I know it's a scam. And why would somebody scam you? I often talk about this. I have 0 returns, 0. In fact, I just looked at my report in this store, nothing. I never have any issues because Ephemera, usually people are good people, not going to try to scam you out of a $10 piece of paper. But, there's always one. And you're right, Jim. All we have to do is I'll get him to say his item's not received if he doesn't get it, and put in the tracking that shows delivered. eBay says, you did your job, Jiminy Flip it, and we're out. And then you're protected against any potential Weisenheimer negative feedback. Yeah, mine typically, I don't have it on Do Not Disturb, but I didn't think it was that loud, but that sound kind of goes through me like an ice pick. Yeah, the message sound, exactly. Yes, the worst moth and the worst month. Yes, Mark does a really cool analysis about eBay standard envelope, its success and failure. This was actually just sent Ground Advantage. This was a print ad, not a postcard, but still cool to check out Mark's videos. He does really good analysis about the success and failure rates of that program. Yeah. Yeah, and it makes the same sound as, if somebody's sending you an offer, it makes the same sound. So it's not always bad things, but oh, that's true. No, I just don't get returns, though. I don't get returns. Do you get any returns on postcards? How many postcards have you had returned in your life? Very, very few. The latest episode of Carl and his buddy Scott's podcast, Reseller Evolution, is out now. Very good. Very good. Do you think it's... Oh, wouldn't that be wonderful, Blue Feather? The only thing for me personally, like it sounds like a great idea on paper. Haha, no pun intended. But, we always talk about, or I always talk about my shipping methods, and I use those rigid mailers, the non-bendable mailers. I don't think they'll ever be able to pass muster when it comes to this standard envelope thing, because that's one of the things. You use that really light envelope with the postcards anyway. So I don't know. We'll see. I mean, that would be wonderful. I don't know if you do, Greg, but I charge shipping. I charge a $5 flat rate, which covers me in the continental U.S. for any print ad. You certainly may. Not so fast, Vintage. Might be a newbie type question, but that's why I found you guys. You have 3 years worth of Time Magazine, so 981. Okay. You hate when the postal carrier does not scan postcards when they deliver it. Oh, I know. It's a nightmare. And that, again, Mark's videos are really good when it comes to that stuff. It gives you the breakdown of how often that happens. But in this case, extremely atypically, it's just a print ad going Ground Advantage. So I don't know why somebody would be trying to scam a $10 print ad. I really don't. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, in all seriousness, I'm always very kind when even though the guy was, writing me like an idiot. I said, "Hi, good afternoon. How are you? Thank you so much for your purchase. It shows it was delivered this morning at 8:33, whatever. Enjoy your print ad." When they write like little 1-sentence things, I write paragraphs on purpose. That's my little Right back at you, buddy. But yeah, sometimes it's an honest thing, or it's just a mistake and it's next door or whatever. So we'll go through that dance and I'll write him something like that. And he continues to be an idiot. I'll just say, we'll open an item not received. So sorry. So sorry. Open an item not received. I plug in my number and bye-bye. Are they worth harvesting or should you list as a whole? You mean the magazine itself? Oh, I would harvest up a storm. 3 years of magazines, I would be cutting and doing a autopsy on every one of those magazines. Absolutely. You have 6 refunds this year on postcards. Is that right? For what? For non-delivery? Yeah, that's not a return. What I was saying before is I don't get returns. I've had to refund a couple of postcards due to non-delivery from standard envelope as well, but I don't get any returns ever in the paper stuff. Like I've had returns on other things, but not paper, not postcards or print ads or stamps or anything like that. Or what else do I sell that's in the paper realm? Sheet music, like none of that stuff has ever been returned for me. Right, exactly. The sizing, that's what I was saying. Those large mailers and stuff would probably make it pretty much impossible. Little to no postcards returned, even with free shipping with 30. Yep, and I do 60-day returns on everything, and I know I'm definitely cursing myself, but I never get returns. I just don't. Thank goodness. I'm anticipating I will in the clothing store once I get up. That's just human nature. I mean, somebody goes to Macy's and tries on something, and they bring it home and they return it. So it's. You have to offer them. I mean, it's not even in clothing. It's a necessary evil. But with the paper stuff, same thing. I mean, I have 60-day returns on everything, and nobody returns them. Yeah, you got to slice and dice. I agree with Dawn Wright. Our collective pleasure, Greg. There's my postcard. You get an average of 2 a month. Yep. You have a text file with generic answers. Very good to all that kind of stuff. I don't mean to be a wise guy here. It's just the tone, it's hard to, I don't want to get swept up in that. This is a business. I don't really care what people do when it comes to that stuff, but just, I'm probably to a fault very polite, especially in written form. And I can't stand when people just come out and say something like blurt out, not, hi, can you please check? I haven't received, like a normal human being would write to somebody. Are you going to mail this or what? Yeah. First of all, you're an idiot because it was mailed on the 9th, and you could look right in your own, you could look in the transaction and see that I provided you with a USPS tracking number on Monday. But alas, you given refunds on paper stuff, no actual returns caused Canada. Yeah, well, Canada is an ongoing issue. There's really not much you could do until you move out of there, Dawn. Yep, yeah, I used the EcoSwift. That was the word. Those really paper thin envelopes. Yep, I got tons of them. My pleasure. Yeah, I mean, to each their own, but yeah, cut them up. Take a look. If you have any questions, I mean, I'm sure you're going to find a ton of really, really groovy ads in there. A print ad return request, so because people don't read. Right. Yeah, as the aforementioned, I thought I was getting a washing machine. You see, the 2 or 3 times I've had that where somebody thinks they're getting an item instead of the ad was they weren't already shipped. Like they caught it, or I caught it beforehand, thank goodness, or it was a message. I never actually shipped something and then had a, disappointed buyer holding a piece of paper in the hand when they thought they were getting a typewriter or whatever else. Mark, I'm sorry again. I went right through that. You have about 1 return average a year for reasons you don't understand. They mail a background advantage, $5 to $6. Yeah, idiots. What's the reason for the return? If it's buyer's remorse, you don't have to refund the original shipping. Although the original shipping is only 69 cents, but I think so. I just think it's also just being a nice person, a normal person. It's just like, it's more couth to me anyway. Just kind of a common courtesy, you know what I mean? Say good morning, say hi. Not just, where's my ad? Cro-Magnon. Well, that's kind of what I got, Mark. In fact, let me read. I'm not going to call the guy out, although if he continues to bust chops, I might. But the correspondence so far has gone thusly. Today at 4:46 my time. Are you going to send this package or not? Good afternoon. I shipped the ad the day you purchased it. The ad was delivered this morning per USPS tracking. Please see screenshot below. I hope you enjoy the ad. Thanks so much again for your business. That was a couple hours ago, and now instead of saying thanks, I know it says delivered, but where did they delivered instead of deliver it to? Because it's not at my home. Oh well, tough guy. Well, read the stories and sell the ads. Mom had a return request for someone who thought they were getting a hearing aid. Yeah, see, that's the only thing. And it's, we keep thinking it's a joke and it's funny, but it really isn't, because apparently there's a bunch of people that just, it always gets back to, yes, they didn't read everything about these things. We're listing in advertising categories. It says it's a print ad. Dawn, I know, goes way over the top because she's had this unfortunately happen a bunch of times. For those who don't know, basically you're selling a print ad for a product or whatever you're trying to sell, and people think they're getting the item. So if you're selling an advertisement for, in my case, a GE washing machine from 1966 or whatever it was, I got a question from a buyer in England. It was a print ad for $15 or whatever it was with $5 shipping. And the question was, is this machine in perfect working order? Please let me know. So that does happen, unfortunately, a couple of times a year for me in the print ad world, but it's never bitten me, because I've never had that happen when I've already shipped an item and then they thought in retrospect, oh, I thought that was a washing machine. But I do think, Dawn, if anybody else ever had that happen, Greg, you ever have that happen where you ship something out and they think it's the actual item? You don't do best offer on average postcards. You're not going to haggle 50 cents. Good advice. If you can't afford $5, you shouldn't be on eBay, right? Matt had the same card returned 3 times thinking they were getting a statue. Yeah. Incredible. Incredible. Never underestimate people's ability to be stupid. You have a kind of long advice question. Sure. You have a Stanley Steam car ad from 1899. That's awesome. 2-page centerfold. I would trim out this. Well, that's a great, phenomenal question, by the way, because I've often been, I've had situations like that. Not from 1899, though. That's really cool. Honestly, for me, I would probably leave it. I would scan it and to show the staple holes are present, and I would maybe even indicate that in some sort of, in the description field or something. Just say, it's a 2-page insert intact, something like that. Please see scan with staple holes, and then leave it up to them if they want to cut it in half, because you could make it look neater if you trim it, obviously, but then you lose that premium you might be able to get for a genuine centerfold. But tremendous question. It does happen once in a while. For me personally, that's a really old one. If it's like a newer ad and it's not something I don't think is going to really compromise the value, I usually do trim them, to be honest with you, because 2 really good looking piece of paper are probably better than 1, especially if the staple holes are pretty significant. If it's like a very subtle thing where it's like 2 pinholes, basically that's one thing. But if it's like kind of torn and frayed, I'll just trim them. But excellent question. That's what I would do personally. I'd probably leave it and just scan it so it's very obvious that those staple holes are present, and then make a verbal indication about the staple holes, I should say. Yeah, that's probably the best idea, Enzo. I don't know why I didn't think of that, man. Maybe you'd have to see the scan. Good idea, Dawn. What was Dawn's good idea? Oh, she sells articles. Absolutely. Yep. You can sell articles. Totally agree. Yep. Vintage Kaji received a postcard, is undelivered, and went to check the status. The buyer left positive feedback stating that she loved the card and fast delivery. Oh, very good. Yeah, sometimes the delivery thing, and again, Mark can really speak to this when it comes to standard envelope, but it can be very misleading. When it says it's delivered, it really doesn't mean it went to the person's house necessarily, right, Mark? It's like it was received at a post office nearby or something. That's the one drawback about, the yin and yang of things, right? You pay 69 cents, but you get what you pay for. So you just want to hope that the vast majority of your stuff goes out successfully and you're saving a boatload of cash for both you and for your customer, because who's going to buy a $5 postcard with $5 shipping, right? Don't leave it intact. Excuse me. Send the 50-cent people to Kevin. Well, there you go. It's good to know. Great minds, as they say, right, Steve? Greg said in last week's video, we shared the cursed ad that sold twice, and both buyers thought they were buying a lighter. This is the fourth return request because the listing wasn't read. Yep. It really is astonishing, isn't it? There's about 16 flags that indicate, from everything from the category that the ad is listed in to the verbiage in the title, print ad, or however you choose to word it, magazine, advertisement, whatever wording you want to put, piece of paper. In my case, I have dimensions, I have weight, so why do they think they were getting a washing machine that weighed 7 ounces? At the sorting center, there you go. Yeah, delivered just means it's at a sorting center. So yeah, you don't get that ultimate, that final scan that proves delivery. I've had pretty good luck with it, but yeah, there's been a handful, maybe 2 or 3 a month for me as well, where the guy will say they never got it. But thankfully, I have, kind of like what Carl said, I have like a canned response for that, as far as, basically saying something to the effect of, please wait a few days. This happens occasionally with this program. If it truly isn't received by X date, please let me know. I even sometimes say, please let me know that it's arrived safe and sound. And they seem to appreciate that. I've had 1 or 2, frustratingly, where I'll refund them and then they wound up getting it a few days later. And one guy was really great. This was recent. It's about a week ago. It was 2 cards that I mailed together, World's Fair postcards. And the guy said, he was very kind, unlike the person I'm dealing with right now. Really nice message. I'm sorry about this. I haven't got them yet. Did you mail them? Blah, blah, blah. And basically, I refunded him and I said, please let me know if you get them. I just want to know that they have arrived. I appreciate your business. And he was a repeat buyer. And a day after I refunded him, he's like, oh my God, I just got the cards. Send me an invoice so I could give you the money back. And I'm like, I already refunded. I said, if you'd be kind enough to go back in the store and take a look if there's anything else you want. Guy went in and bought 5 more postcards from me. So, and didn't haggle, as Mark said, over price. He just paid everything outright, didn't make an offer. So that was kind of cool. So there's a lot of good people out there. We just tend to hear about the lousy ones. It's incredible that you need, and Dawn, you do go over the top, but she writes it in bold letters, 47 times. This is a piece of paper. Carriers cannot scan at door like packages. The way to expect to scan an envelope at every house. Yeah, no, it makes sense. I'm totally. Yeah, the cursed print ad, huh? Yeah, to sell that many times. Dawn, the years you have are all about Carter Reagan. Oh, okay, for a time, yeah. If you remember the 80 campaign Teddy Kennedy was running, he came to my school. I was in 7th grade, 8th grade. He came to our school, which was pretty cool. I have a nice picture with Teddy Kennedy. And it was on the APY, so it's like a black and white glossy picture, an actual photo with the class and with them. Pretty cool, pretty cool. But he dropped out. Enjoy the buyer's tour photos he added a return request. Yeah, that happens all the time. Audience still get the odd thing. It's really, yeah, I know, it still happens. You can't avoid it, unfortunately. Once a buyer either sends a message or opens a case stating that did not receive, postcards can be open for 30 days and before 90 days for ESC insurance. Okay, that's good to know. I chose to because they give you that warning that you have X amount of time to close the case or whatever. And if I put in a case with standard envelope, if you go in and populate the tracking number, it doesn't close your case out automatically because, as Mark alluded to, it's not a final scan, delivery scan, I guess, and they don't recognize it. So I just chose to refund this guy. It was like $6, $7 or something each card. And to me, it was good business because then he turned around and bought 5 more from me. And again, he was a repeat buyer, so I didn't want to screw the guy out. I felt bad, and I don't want to lose business because the post office screwed up. For non-paper items, if you put tape on an ESE label, the sorting machines might not read it. Is that right? Yeah, I don't use any tape. I just skip it. And the listings happens. That usually happens on Facebook Marketplace. We see that all the time. Facebook Marketplace. One of my pet peeves. But anyway, guys, you guys want to do some listing? You just want to chat? I'm good either way. It's less work for me if you just want to chat. I only have 12 ads to put up for this show anyway, but you let me know what you want to do. Have I ever used a food box to mail anything? What are your thoughts on recycled food boxes? I can't say I have any thoughts on recycled food boxes other than my only concern would be making sure they're dry as a bone, no leakage of any kind present, no smells of rotting food. I would think those are two, things to look out for when it comes to old food boxes. But I have not used any. I've used many a recycled box. I don't think any have been food boxes per se. You had a viewer do a test with 3 ESC label and tape and 2 had no scans. Wow, that's a 66% failure rate. Right? Something like that. I'm not a mathematician, but that's my best guess. You know what? I'm going to write this guy back because it is bugging me. Sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear. Let me know what you think, Carl, because you said you have a canned response. I said sorry to hear. You got to empathize first. Perhaps you could check with your neighbors to see if mail carrier, because you can't say mailman anymore. No, my mail carrier is the greatest woman on earth. Perhaps you could check with the neighbors, see if your mail carrier delivered to another residence. If not, I would check with your mail carrier. Please let me know. Thanks. There you go. Put the onus on him. And I feel bad. If I ordered something, I'd be frustrated too, but I wouldn't take it out on the person that shipped it correctly and timely, and it's actually a day early. If it didn't arrive, that's all about the mail, right? You don't have to come at me with an attitude. I don't appreciate it. Yeah. I will, Kevin. I'll say, Kevin said, by the way, the postcard guy says hi from sunny Sarasota, Florida. I see there's some comments about the food boxes. Let me go back up. Mark says food cereal boxes are not crush rated. There you go. Frowned on in the reselling world. Use a paste stick rather than tape. Good advice. Food boxes are usually thin and not much protection. I've never used those and don't trust them. Good advice as well. I wouldn't mail in a food box, but might use a few pieces as backing boards if you had no other option, but probably not. Sure. Yep. I will. Suck it up, Bucky. Hello, thank you for your purchase. I'll be packing it today and dropping it off at the shipping company tomorrow. How's that? Answers your question. Thanks for the call. Yeah. You kept a German magazine front and back from the 80s on the front, the feature title, The World of Ronald Reagan. On the back, a cigarette ad, The World of Peter Stuyvesant. That might sell. Yeah, might. No R's in that sentence. Thanks, Dawn. Personally, do not use food boxes. Yeah, what they said. There's so many other choices with boxes, Easiest one for me, if I'm shipping hard goods or something, is Amazon boxes that I just recycle because, between my wife and I and my dad who lives with us, we have like 3 Amazon packages on a daily basis. So the vast majority of those boxes are in good condition. Just recycle those. And they come in various shapes and sizes too. The Attitude. There you go. That would be a cool name. Nor should there be. There's a term for that, by the way, in language. Because I'm bored, I'm going to look it up for you fine folks. English. Non-roticity. When the R sound is not pronounced after a vowel, then the word car and card both sound like cod. The split between rhotic and non-rhotic pronunciation. So unfortunately, a lot of this, some places in this country, you guys, especially in Canada, you guys are ridiculous with the over-emphasizing of a letter. But there's a whole article about that. It's called rhoticity. I'll drop a link in there for you guys to peruse. There you go. Have at it. Non-rotisserie chickens. Oh, that's just putrid. As I'm scanning back up, people using diaper boxes. It's not good. It's not good. So check out the rhoticity information on Wikipedia, which of course is the Bible, as we all know. If it's not on Wikipedia, it didn't happen. All right, let me just, I'm going to spell check really quickly on my message and send it out to this fine fellow. It is a fellow. I'll let you in on a secret. It is a fellow. Perhaps you can check with your neighbors to see if a mail carrier delivered to the residence. If not, check with your mail carrier. Bam. Right back at you, buddy. Or as Mark said, Bucky instead of buddy. That's kind of funny. Regional accent. We don't have oil down here. It's all. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Everybody has an accent. It's just people that are of a similar area think everybody else has the accent. It's all relative. It's all relative. Glottal stop is for not pronouncing the T. There you go. Learn something new every day. All right, you guys want a list? All in favor of listing. I think I could put a, I don't know if I could still do that. There used to be a way to put a whatchamacallit, a poll. But I think you have to be on YouTube to do that, right? You guys want a list or not? Let me know. All in favor of listing, say R. I got a list from Jim. Whether I list on the show or not, I do have to list some stuff today. So I've been a bad boy. I haven't listed anything in this store today. So see, Enzo's a paisan. He knows what I'm talking about. All right. I'm sure that your life is better now that you know that. Absolutely. Our list says, of course, Greg's going to say list. Yeah, here's the Chicago with the PAP filter. They pronounce O like A. I could go on and on. The Midwest, everybody out there, they have that, the A, it's a lazy A. Happen. Instead of happen, they say happen. What happened instead of happened? Don't you, Mark? And I met you in person, so I know you talk like that. Car. Everybody has an accent, folks. Everybody has an accent. I'm going to get a t-shirt made that says, everybody has an accent. Chicago, exactly. So Chicago, Chicago. Yep, that lazy A. Magazine instead of magazine. And we won't even get started with the Canadians, with those Canucks. Would that be a Blues Brothers reference, Steve? If so, you just went up about 5 more notches between the Beatles and Blues Brothers knowledge. That's good stuff. Yeah, Minnesota. The Fargo stuff. It's just, everybody's got an accent, folks. Everybody's got an accent. Yeah, what do you want about? I heard Dawn several times, and she absolutely does the about. What are you talking about? Why I oughta. Everybody except for, that's right. Greg speaks the Queen's English and now the King's English. Yeah, do not. What do you want about? They drop the U and make it a double O. All right, I got what? 3 lists, and the rest of you are just saying no. So we got 31 watching, only 10% is saying list. Greg is from Scotland. That's right, Southern Scotland. But yes, he's from. I love that people have different accents. Thank God we don't all talk like, the same exact way. Wouldn't that be boring? And Vintage Codger, who's another guy from down there, you sound like cornbread ran through a delay pedal. That is hysterical. Jeff says list. CJ, I know Jeff always wants to list. I know CJ's getting bored. CJ's already rolling his eyes. He's like, I came in here for a listing show. It's 8 o'clock. What's going on, boys? All right. Yeah, let's do some listing. This is a lot of fun, though. I do enjoy it. That was hysterical. Cornbread ran through a delay pedal. That's right. All right, guys. Yeah, let's do some listing, all right? Ugh. If I remember how to do this, let's get our drafts page up. Let me get out of this message because I don't want everybody to see the guy's name. Unless he gives me a negative, then I'll post it on my YouTube. And say, block this character. A $9 print ad. Please. All right, let's set up the old draft. Boom. All right, let's set the stage once again because it's been an hour already since we began the stage setting process. We are going to be listing some ads, 12 to be exact. I don't know if we'll get through all 12 tonight, but 12 ads are ready to list from November of 1961, Saturday Evening Post. Dimensions are 13 inches long, 10 inches wide. All of them are full-page ads except for 2. So 10 out of the 12 are full-page ads. 2 of them are half-page ads. Okay, that's all set up. So away we go. And again, thank you everybody for joining. Let me share my screen. And away we go. There we go. They have a new option in StreamYard. Supposedly, I could be a circle. You see the little box that I'm in? I wanted to do the circle because the circle would take up less real estate on the screen. So let me see if I could change that. Edit layout. And you guys can see this as I finagle. Where the heck is the option to do the screen? Maybe that's not the right one. Hold the phone. It's a brand new option. Anybody know how to do this? Blood, Sweat, and Cell. Welcome to the show. First time. Great to have you. And very cool name. Welcome to the show. You're just in time. We're going to do some, the Infinity Mirror. We're going to do some listing. We're listing some print ads from 1961. Welcome to the show. Great to have you, and thank you for joining. All right, you know what? Let's stop finagling with this nonsense. A square, a circle. What's the difference? All right, and again, forgive me. I'm going to have to look over this way quite a bit to check out the chat. I have a different computer set up because my entire screen is occupied in front of me with listing. So here we go. The first ad for your pleasure is a Parker pen. Get or give the Jotter made by Parker. So it's a Parker Jotter. The Parker Jotter pen. Hakuna Matata. One of the things I like to bring up when appropriate is categories, right? Choosing a category is very important because you don't want people to think that you're selling a pen. If we put this into, as tempting as it might be, collectibles, pens, and writing instruments, then I think I deserve the grief that might be forthcoming if somebody says, hey, I thought I was getting a 1961 Parker Jotter pen. So we're not going to do that. And frustratingly, we're going to have to go into a much more kind of vanilla, homogenized, whatever word you want to use, general category of just print ads 1960 to 69. I'm going to change that, though. I'm going to do household ads. I think if it finds it. Collectible. Thought I was going to do household ads. Try to find the right category. Other household ads. There we go. Sorry, it took a bit. So anyway, that's where I choose to put my listing. So we have the Parker jar, pen, print ad. Now we just have to fill out a couple of specifics. First of which is the company name, which is Parker, the brand. This will be a print ad. 61 is our year, and that's really it. That's the dimensions and all, like I spoke to earlier. November 61 is our issue. Saturday Evening Post, 13 by 10. Price. Shipping, I have a print ad policy in place, which is a flat $5 shipping charge. They always weigh 7 ounces. That's the dimensions of my standard rigid mailer. Chef is eating dinner, so you need to watch me work. Exactly. I toil as you chow down. Greg says you didn't miss a thing. Thanks for that. You missed some intelligent conversation, but outside of that, this is the listing process, an hour in. We were just kind of gabbing, but it is great to have you, man. Thanks for coming in. Blood, Sweat, and Cell. I love the name. Sadly, not an option for the print ad. What option is not in there? Oh, office, says Steve. Yeah, like office supplies or something. Yeah, some of it's strange. A lot of the specifics, a lot of the categories they match very well. And then there's some outliers like this. Pens, typewriters is another one that comes to mind. Of all things, cameras, Kodak. I get Kodak ads. There's no Kodak camera section for advertising. It's crazy. But anyway, that's the specifics that we filled out. So let's just take a quick look at the actual ad. Not the most exciting thing in the world. It is what it is, though. It's a pen. Clearly black and white. You can see it says Saturday Evening Post up there. You find yourself patting your pocket to make sure this ball pen. So it's a ballpoint. You could throw that in as a keyword. It's only $1.98 too. What a bargain. Get or give the Jada made by Parker with a T-ball tip. So maybe we'll put that in. If anybody out there is a pen aficionado and knows some groovy keywords you might want to use, I love that. Like, it looks like an arrow. That's really cool. 15 by 5, is that right? What's that, Eve? I'm sorry. You mean the mailer? The mailer is 15 by 13, 15 by 11, something like that. This ad is 13 by 10. I think it's 15 by 11, the mailer. Next eBay message, have you shipped my pen? Exactly. So that's why we're not going to put it into the actual Parker category, as tempting as it might be. So yeah, let's just, again, it's kind of a, generic ad, but believe it or not, people collect this stuff. So we want to appeal to those who might be collecting this, right? T-ball tip. That's what we'll do. T-ball tip. Yes, the mailer, Eve, is 15 by 11. If it was 5, it would be really thin. 15 by 11. And then I also have 18 by 11s to accommodate. There's a handful of magazines that are 16 inches high, 15, 16 inches high. So I have an 18-inch, maybe 500 of those or so. Mailers that are just 3 inches taller. Looks like your listing had 5 as the width. Oh, let me check. Maybe I did. Nope, 13 by 10. That's the actual ad, is 13 by 10. But the mailers are 15 by 11. All right, anybody? Pocket. Pocket. I could put ballpoint, but I don't want to repeat the word ball. Let's put ballpoint. I think that's it. Really, there's really not much more to say on this one. Unless you guys have any suggestions for additional keywords. I am definitely all ears. You can see there's different choice of 4 points. The Jotter is the only ball pen that offers 4 different points: extra fine, fine, medium, and broad. 6 color combinations. Looks like a dandy pen. Writing instrument, says Hydron. I mean, just for the purpose of filling in some keywords, there's probably nothing wrong with doing that. See, that's good editing, good self-editing on your part there, Steve. You know what? Why not, Hydron? Why not? Writing instrument. Vis-a-vis a pen. So there we go. First ad done. Just like that, quick and easy. We'll be done in 10 minutes, folks. These are all nice, easy ads, but pleasant. Pleasant. And they all sell at some point. All right, so we're going to sell similar from this one and just rock and roll. We'll take it to the next scan. And please, even while I'm doing the listing, if anybody has any questions or thoughts, feel free. I'm going to be looking over at the chat. Guys, have anything else you want to add? Any questions? Okay, so we get rid of the pen. What other household stuff do we have? See, everything else is like a TV has a TV section. Radios have radios. Cars certainly have. This is here's. I'm going to show you right now. Kodak. There are so many beautiful Kodak ads. And remember, this is November, so we have Thanksgiving, right? The whole family will be thankful you remembered to take pictures. Eastman Kodak. So it's a Kodak camera. We'll take a look at exactly what that is. But you'll find that, unfortunately, even if you just put Kodak camera and then you go to check your category, ungats, as they say, right? Right, Enzo? Nothing. Advertising, print. So I'm going to go back to household again. Yeah, we could keep that in household. Frustrating. Cameras, typewriters, pens. What else? Well, I think I put that in automobile for my last listing, but we'll fix that. This is camera. So in my store category, I certainly do have cameras and film as a category, so we'll put it in there. But that's all we have to change. Kodak. Oh, right out of the gate, we're definitely going to put Thanksgiving. Tyke. That's old New York. That's like Groucho Marx would say Tyke. My grandparents used to say that, Tyke. Who's going to cut the Tyke? Family get together. Keep them together in pictures. So let's see what kind of camera this is. Now that's a flash, folks. The Brownie Starmite camera. That's the guy right there. Brownie Starmite. Thank you, Mark. Thanks for coming in. Yeah, go check on her. Hopefully she's doing a good job. And thanks for all your help tonight. Go check out Mark at SM Postcards on YouTube. But anyway, this is the Brownie Starmite. Boom. Kind of a very wholesome image right there. Family gathered around. Grandma and grandpa. Carving the turkey. Got some kind of biscuits there. Looks like you might have some cranberries going. Nice floral display. Candles. Very simple, very wholesome. Is that Queen Elizabeth? No. Just joshing, just joshing. Family get together. You could put family get together. I don't think I have enough space, but we'll try it. Family get together. Nope. Just put family. Nice looking ad there, right? Hopefully you guys agree. But again, frustrating that Kodak doesn't have a category to put it. There's no camera ads or film ads section in eBay for whatever reason. All right, there's 2 down. Create similar. I think that's the only camera ad, I'm pretty sure. Yes, it is. A couple of TVs. Got a couple of cars. Got a couple of food. Yeah, short and sweet tonight, that's for sure. Got a cool train ad up there. But this one, as you see, and this one down here for cat food, they're both half page. So to Eve's point earlier, those are like 5 inches wide by the full 13 long. But the mailer itself, I assure you, is 15 by 11. Let's do food. Good old Del Monte. Dried fruit and raisins. Let's go Del Monte raisins. Dried fruit. Not fried. Dried. I think raisins has a category. And it does. Fruit and raisins. Boom. Yep, we're going to get to the kitty because I got questions for you, Dawn. Accent and all. You can even answer me with, what are you talking about? Del Monte. Let's go to food in the store category. Right there. Change brand to Del Monte. Change this to print ad. 61. That's it. Let's take a look at the ad. See if it makes any Thanksgiving reference. I don't remember if it did. I don't think so. But you see there's a bunch of like suggested meal prep kind of things. Veal chops. Oh my God. Who remembers veal chops? They used to be so big in New York. Veal Parmesan. You don't see it much anymore. Right, Enzo? Del Monte means flavor that makes you want to serve dried fruits and raisins more often in all kinds of ways, depending on Del Monte. So I would probably put something to the effect of, well, there is a recipe book. It looks like a cookbook giveaway. Maybe like suggested recipes, something to that effect. What's going on, man? Mike is here. How you doing? Happy Friday, man. You're just in time. We just started listing some print ads. I'll put recipes, even though they're not really recipes, but free cookbook offer. Is cookbook one word? I guess it is, isn't it? Yes, it is. Cookbook offer. All right, you guys like that one? Pretty simple as well. Hate yellow, folks. Hate yellow. Peach pinwheels. That looks interesting. Prunes, raisins, and dried apricots. Anybody a fan of dried fruits? I am. Raisin slaw. Oof. All right, good stuff. There's another one down. Dropping like flies tonight. I'm bracing for that. I don't know if anybody who's watched this show for a while can probably see the agitation in my face. I'm frustrated because I don't have issues like this usually. So I'm annoyed. I shouldn't let it get to me, but I am. I'm like waiting for the next, bloop sound and more sarcastic rebuttals from this guy. But as was mentioned earlier, it's true. Kill them with kindness, especially when it comes to the messaging system within eBay. Foreign or not, when the people, if a push comes to shove and, I have to reach out to eBay or whatever, it's always good. They could refer to the correspondence and see how polite I was and professional I was, despite the temptation to say, look, buddy, keep it cool. It's not personal, it's business, as someone once said. And he was right. He was right. All right, that's it for the food ads, I guess, unless we go to the pet food. Oh, we got 2 kitties, Dawn. Did you see there's 2 kitty ads? You got let's go to this kitty ad for Northern toilet tissue. What's going on, Charles? How you doing? Welcome to the show, sir. Northern toilet tissue. Exactly, Dawn. Another thing, Canadians, that they're notorious for saying they're sorry for everything, but they don't say sorry. They say sorry. 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 Like a sore throat. Sorry. Right, Dawn? I know you don't, of course, but your typical Canadian might speak that way. Household items. I'd say that's Definitely a household item. Northern is the brand. Yeah, I really am bracing for impact, as they say. Like, come on, I almost want it. Like, come on. What do you got? Hate to be that way. I should be beyond that, but I guess it's just so infrequent. And again, the tone that he chose to take from the initial correspondence bothers me. Prince. Softness, more than I can speak. My kitty snuggled to my cheek. Oh, so we got to put a kitty. We're just gonna put kitty. Maybe white kitty. Is that a? Oh no, I thought that was like an artist signature. I think it's just like a little bit of ink or something. A little blotch. Softness is northern, so we'll do softness. We gotta go kitty. Kitten. White kitten. Girl. Bow. Softness. Even that, I don't usually need to block anybody, Jim, but I just, if he comes back with more sarcasm, I just don't like that. It's not like he's being a complete moron, but it's just, again, there's no courtesy. You know what I mean? There's no like conversation. There's no, I don't know. What's the word? That's not a conversation. It's an interrogation. I don't appreciate that. Soft kitty, warm kitty song. Brownie Starmite sounds like a Trump girlfriend. Bird. Where's the bird? Everybody heard about the bird. There you go, Don. Exactly. All right. I say we release this one to the interwebs as well. Told you it'd be an easy one. It's only 12 ads. I think we have, 7 or 8 left. Everybody heard. Yeah, it's automatic, Call. It's automatic. And then when we finish, you'll see we have, a couple in the same category. So we'll try to finish off with doing the one-offs kind of now, and then we'll finish with the ones that are matches. Like these two, it's cat food and train, a really nice train ad. Got a couple of car ads, got a couple of TV ads. This one is kind of in the car ad realm, but you'll see it's actually a model car set, like a model train. That's nice. That's unique. Where should we go next, folks? Everybody heard about the bird. Alrighty, you know what? Let's do this one. What the heck? Puss in Boots. What are you talking about, Boots? Puss in Boots cat food. You know what my question is going to be, right, Dawn? I don't know TV. Yeah, I don't. Admittedly, I don't know TV references. Like new TV references at all. Sorry. Are these Siamese, if you please? That's going to be the question, Dawn. Maybe it even says it right here. Siesta on the Stairs. You can get a 6.5 by 12 full color print of this original photo by Walter Chanoa for only $25 to Cat Pictures, Chicago. Siesta on the Stairs. That's a cool name. Yes, Hydrogen, it was. It was a very small, 2 inches by 3 inch. Yes, baseball. Blue carpet should come back. Carl, I'm embarrassed to say we have a blue carpet. I am sitting or standing. Well, I'm sitting. My chair is on a blue carpet that came with our house. We have a finished basement. We never replaced we want to put, we did flooring we have 4 floors to this house. And we put in wood flooring and got rid of all the carpet. The only carpet that remains is in the basement. And it is indeed, it's almost exactly like seriously that color. It came with the house. So we have to make our way downstairs and at some point, been here 9 years in December, but at some point we've done so many modifications and stuff. And For whatever reason, this is the one room that still has carpet and still has blue carpet. Siamese, yes. All right. Thank you. We will do Siamese if you please. Look at those eyes. How beautiful, the blue eyes. I think that's a cool term, though. Siesta on the stairs. I like that. Glowing health, graceful beauty, wholesome nourishment. Meow, 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 meow. Oh, part of the Quaker Oats Company, Coast Fisheries. Puss in Boots cat food. You got to love that. Just meat flavored, you know, just meat. Why be specific? You have a Burman cat, seal point long hair with the blue eyes. That really, really pretty with the blue eyes, right? Wall-to-wall shag. Yeah, it's not shag, Enzo, but it is that kind of like it's actually a very nice color. It's just an odd color choice. But we have just chosen to keep it in here. It's the only room that still has carpeting. It actually does well for one of the reasons I'm resisting putting the hardwood down here is I do recording and music and stuff down here, and the carpet kind of provides a natural, you know, buffering sound. So if I had the hardwood, it might make it a little more echoey sounding. I kind of like that warm sound. Shack carpet. We still have the same gross dead carpet on the stairs that came with the house 30 years ago. Yeah, exactly. It's on the list, man. Dawn has a cat. Much like this food is meat flavored, Dawn has a cat. That's a cool ad. I like this one. Let me make sure. The one thing we need to do for sure is, first of all, put it in the right category, which is pets. Secondly, put it in the right store category, which is dogs and cats. And go down here because this is a half page wide. So we're going to modify that to 5 inches wide. And I have to remember to go back and pull it up to full when we get back to the full page ads. But we might as well do the 2 half pages while we're here, right? What is this called? Puss in Boots cat food. But it was part of Quaker. So I'm going to put Quaker as our brand. Obviously, probably much more search than Puss in Boots. All right. Gonna up the price because people like kitties. I should put blue carpet. No, I won't do that. Good question, Steve. How many musicians we have currently? I think Mike fancies himself a musician, no? Where's Todd? Todd is a musician. He's usually in the chat. Siamese. Is it possible they're kittens, guys? I would just love to. You think that's a kitten? Dawn? Jim, a guitar player. Jim's the guitar man. The immortal words of bread. You can make it cry. Kittens. All right. Thank you very much. I'm going to use that. We'll go with kitten. Siamese kittens. I'll put staircase. That's a cool ad. Glowing health, graceful beauty. They really are beautiful. Absolutely beautiful cats. Mom and kitten. Mom and her kittens, says Hydran. Good call. Could be mom and her kittens. All right, we're going to release this one to the hounds as well. No pun intended. Cats being released to the hounds, that would just be wrong. But let's list it. And then we'll do the other half pager. Kevin had 10 years of accordion lessons. My next door neighbor growing up was an avid accordion player. So same thing, took lessons forever. And Sal, if you're watching, who lives down in the Washington, D.C. area, but grew up with me in Staten Island. Used to, it was always hysterical, like on Christmas Eve and stuff, Sal would have to bang out the accordion and like play songs, and the family would all sing along. Good times, good memories. All right, let's do the other half pager, which is a Santa Fe Railroad advertisement. I dig the choo-choo trains. So this is one of my favorites. This goes into a really cool category: Railroadiana and Trains paper advertising. Boom. And yes, Kevin, that definitely counts. You're a bona fide musician in my eyes. Railroad. Your mom thought you had a something in the string man. Can't see because of the dreaded heart, which I forgot to remove again. Shoot. Steve is a singer, guitarist. Very cool, man. You play in a band, or you just kind of a playing in your living room kind of guy? Nothing wrong with that, by the way. Oh, career. Mom thought you had a career in the string band. I see it now. Thank you. And I'm sure that's Dawn. So thank you, Dawn. Thank you. Right back at you, sweetheart. All right, the easy way. Chicago to Los Angeles. Used to mostly a solo recording artist. Very cool. Any specific genre of music you subscribe to? Are you kind of a jack of all trades? If it sounds good, you play it. All right, Santa Fe Railroad. It's a happy gentleman right there. The easy way to Santa Fe, Chicago, Los Angeles. What a wonderful change of pace from your busy work. Everyday life. Sit back and enjoy a trip through the colorful Southwest. Try it soon. The El Capitan. Got to put that in there. I'm going to put that first, as a matter of fact. I think this right. The Chief still runs. I know that. El Capitan. High. What was the word they used? High. We're going to get high level. Love that ad. Love the choo-choos. Rock and roll. Beautiful, man. Play Freebird. When we played in, I brought up this, I don't know if I've talked about this specifically, but one of the shows we did in the wintertime when we were out west, we played in Little Rock, Arkansas. And as you might imagine, not that there's anything wrong with that, but when you're in Little Rock, guess what people were screaming for in a Beatle tribute? Freebird. And they were serious. So you get that a lot when you play. Whip and Post also, Allman Brothers. Whip and Post. You live 45 minutes from Skinner's Graves. Yeah, they're all in one area, right? I love watching a lot. There's a lot of cool videos, a lot of channels on YouTube about like cemeteries and people that go to famous graves and all that stuff. And yeah, I've seen a bunch of those with the Skinner stuff. They're all together now. It's crazy. All right. That's it for this choo-choo ad. May you sell. Dawn is cracking up. Laughing at the yeah, the triple laugh thing about living near the Skinner graves. That is hysterical. You're right. Riverside Memorial Gardens, Jacksonville. Sure. I did a stint at the University of Northern Florida in Jacksonville in 2005 for a job that I was doing when we lived in Florida. And I had to go to training up there for like a month. And Jacksonville is a very hit and miss town. I can't remember what the area was called. Maybe Jim would know. But wherever that University of Northern Florida was, there was like a really nice area. I think it started with an M. But we had to go into Jacksonville proper, and it was, hit or miss. But I did spend some time in Jacksonville, and I drive past it every time I drive to Florida. They have beautiful colors on their buildings. They put like this lighting and stuff on all the buildings, which looks really nice. Steve used to live a few blocks from Randy Rhoads' gravesite. Really? Speaking of rock and roll, Poor guy. What was he, like 25 when he died? Maybe not even. Terrible. Terrible. All right. I think I'm going to save this and cease listing activity for now because I'm really getting tired. Sorry, but I am. So let's save that. And maybe we'll just chat for a few more minutes. I had a very long day. But that is cool. Oh, hope you guys enjoyed. I appreciate everybody stopping in. We got an hour and a half in the books already, so not a bad night's work. Banged out some print ads. We have a couple left, which I'll just do probably after the show, or I might even do them tomorrow. That's how lousy I'm feeling at this very moment. But great to see everybody. Great to chat with you guys, and welcome to all the newcomers. Thanks. I really do appreciate you coming in. If you have a second, please, because I forgot to ask. If you leave a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video, I would greatly appreciate that before you head out. Your tickets to Ozzy's next show, Forever Bummed. Really? I saw one of the Sabbath reunions. I don't know how many years, not that many years ago. It was cool. Not a huge Ozzy solo guy. I probably should be. Love Sabbath. Not a huge Ozzy solo guy. Thought Randy Rhoads was tremendous, though, obviously. Pops is doing well. Thank you for asking about him, Greg. I appreciate it. You know, best he could do. Best he can. He's doing the best he can. That's what he's doing. I'm having ongoing back problems. I had an MRI this week, and now I have to go for a consultation with the guy who did my surgery. So I'm not thrilled about that. A lot of pain and stuff, which stinks, but we'll get through it. It's one of the reasons I'm so tired right now, because I have trouble sleeping. That'll do it. When you don't sleep, there's a direct correlation. You don't sleep well, you often become tired. Anyway, guys, have a wonderful weekend. Thank you very much. I really do appreciate everybody stopping in. Please do leave a thumbs up, like I said, if you have a second. Have a great weekend, and we will see you back here on the channel next Friday night. Same Jiminy time, same Jiminy station. Have a good one. Take care, everybody. Thanks for joining. Good night.